This TikTok video is for Lycanian, one of my Patreon supporters. Lycanian wanted to see a TikTok about games that have good trans representation. If you want a TikTok video done on a topic of your choice, head on over to my Patreon. Now here's the thing, there are a lot of trans video game characters, but a lot of them are like either jokes or mistranslations or stuff like that. So I don't want to say the obvious stuff like Birdo or Poison from Street Fighter. And I don't want to include characters that are just coded as trans. I want to include characters that are capital T trans. And I also don't want to include characters that are like trans but are just side characters. I want to include characters whose, transness may not be the main part of the story, but the characters themselves are a main part of the story. This severely limits my choices, but I still got a few. The obvious one is Tell Me Why. This was done by the same people who did Life is Strange. It revolves around a story of two twins, one of which is a trans man, played by a trans man, so awesome, and how they deal with their abusive past, and also weird psychic supernatural shit. Is a pretty standard Telltale style Choices Matter game. It's mostly narrative, but it's pretty good. The transness, like I said, is explicit. You should give it a shot. Then there's The Missing, J.J. Macfield and the Island of Memories. This is a puzzle platformer, so it's an indie game, but it is a body horror puzzle platformer. Your main character is struck by lightning and then suddenly can't die, and so to solve puzzles you have to wound yourself and remove your limbs and stuff. It's really fucked up, but really cool. And also it's published by Arc System Works, the same people who published Guilty Gear, so awesome. Speaking of Guilty Gear, this one was easy. It's low-hanging fruit. Goodbye Volcano High. First of all, fucking dinosaur anthro furry shit. Look, I fucking love it. Second of all, the main character is trans non-binary. I know a lot of people like to make fun of it so much that there's a parody game called Snoot Game, but this game was good. Interesting rhythm sections, good storytelling. I liked it. Now we all know Lev from The Last of Us was pretty good trans representation, although it's been soured a bit because the creator is a huge fucking Zionist. But game on its own merits, trans character, capital T trans, goes through trans issues, also has to fight zombies. I want to put Celeste on this list. I can't by my own rule. The creator, Maddie, has told us that the character, Maddie, is in fact trans. So, I could take it by creator authority, but it's never mentioned in game, so this is only a technicality. In Stars in Time, there is so much transness in this game, it is literally a religion. I think in your main party there is just only one character who conforms to traditional gender roles. Also, it's time loops if they were fucked up and traumatized you. This was my game of 2023, play it. The Cosmic Wheel Sisterhood not only has one major trans character, but has a lot of gender non-conforming characters. And that's partially because they're primordial beings from beyond the stars that you probably shouldn't be fucking with, but you're gonna fuck with anyway. If Found is a visual novel that is explicitly about being trans. It is largely about what it's like going through other people around you adjusting to your new identity and how traumatizing that could be. Writing is sloppy at times and it's Trigger City, but it's still pretty good. A Normal Lost Phone, another explicitly trans main character, but here's the thing, play this one on your phone, because the main mechanics are about navigating a phone, and it's better in a mobile version than it is on Steam. Finally, the Read Only Memory series has a lot of trans and non-binary main characters, and I like it, but caveat, the first one, 2064 Read Only Memories, is amazing. Its sequel, Read Only Memories Neurodiver, is a little bit more underwhelming. It still has pretty good trans representation, but just kind of fizzles out in the end. Honestly, I could probably go on, but I already noticed that I've been rambling for 4 minutes, which means that this is going to have to go up as its own independent YouTube video. Check these games out and leave the titles of any games with good trans representation in the comments. And as always, if you want a TikTok specifically about a topic you want, feel free to donate to my Patreon.